Welcome to another Ask a Zookeeper autocomplete questions. This is where we go out to the internet and we try to ask, what do people want to know about birds, and answer those questions. So today we're going to answer some of the internet's more philosophical questions. We're going to start with the base, why do birds? And figure it out from there. Okay, so why do birds add paper to their feathers? I didn't know this. Let's find out. Really? Huh. Well, I learned something new today. So apparently birds will add paper to their tails as decoration, but then also to carry nesting material back to their nest. So it's a natural behavior, and well, not paper, but they would use different things. But they totally just put paper in their feathers. I had no idea. Thanks, Internet. Why do birds always attack me? Aw. I'm sure it's nothing personal. I'm sorry you're experiencing that, though. That's sad. Why do birds build nests? Probably it's as simple as they need somewhere to put their eggs that's away from predators. If they can get it off of the ground and up in a tree or up on a cliff face where predators can't get at the eggs, then that means they're going to have more successful egg hatching. Why do birds come back north? I mean, why do they come back north? If the south is so great, if migrating is worth making the journey for, why wouldn't they just stay down there? The reason is that during the summer in the north, there's a few short months where everything has to go through its whole life cycle. The days are really long, so there's lots of food available, lots of plant life, lots of bugs, and therefore it's worth it to fly thousands of miles all the way up from the equatorial regions all the way up to the north and just gorge for the entire summer and then go back down before it gets too cold. The best question so far is, why do birds fly back north? If south is so great, like, why do they come back? There you go. It's a good question. Why do birds have hollow bones? It helps them fly. The less weight that they have to carry up into the air, the better that they're able to survive. Why do birds have different beaks? I made a couple of videos about this, but in general, if a bird accesses a food source that other birds can't get to, it can get calories that other birds can't, and its beak will gradually specialize towards getting that food source. So a couple of examples, there's the hummingbird that has a tubular beak, which is specialized for getting nectar out of flowers. And then there's the toucan that has a long curved bill, and it's for reaching fruit way out on the end of a branch where the other birds can't get at it. Why do birds jump off of buildings? Because they can. Like, wouldn't you if you could fly? I would. Why do birds kiss? There's something going on that you're not aware of. If a bird sees another bird that it thinks it's special and wants to share its delicious meal that it just had, it will go up and offer its beak. The other bird accepts by putting its beak into place, and then they will regurgitate some food and the other bird will eat it. And that is how they let each other know that they are real special. So when you see two birds kissing, one of them is regurgitating food and the other one is eating it. Why do birds excrete uric acid? This is a good question, but I have to give you some background information before you can truly appreciate it. So, uric acid is the end product of digesting proteins. In humans, we produce urea, that's what comes out in your urine, but in birds, they produce uric acid. It takes some extra energy, and it has exactly one benefit, which is, well, okay, I'm going to say one that I'm aware of. But the benefit is that at high concentrations, uric acid is less toxic than urea. Why does this matter? Because if a bird spends part of its life sealed inside of a container, which it does, we call this an egg, the uric acid can build up inside of that egg and it won't kill the chick as it develops. So, why do birds excrete uric acid? It's because they lay eggs, and if you need additional proof as to why this is the case, what other animals lay eggs? Reptiles also excrete uric acid, and mammals that lay eggs, the platypus, the echidna, both of them also produce uric acid. So there's why birds excrete uric acid. It's because they live inside eggs for part of their life. And now you know something about every animal that lays eggs. Why do birds like shiny things? Don't you like shiny things? I like shiny things. I think all of us like shiny things. Why do birds of a feather flock together? It's probably a survival strategy that birds traveling in a big group. Two benefits. One is that they can keep an eye out for predators. So some of them will always be looking while others are foraging. So it adds to safety and alertness. And then as soon as one bird is startled, you'll notice all of them take off. And that's a safety mechanism. Also, benefit to traveling in a flock is that if there is a predator around, the odds are that it'll eat maybe one or two of the whole flock, and then the rest of the flock will be safe. So by overwhelming a predator's ability to eat you, you become safe as an individual, if not as a group. Why do birds suddenly appear? I think that's a song. They long to be close to you. Why do birds tweet? To get additional followers. Speaking of which, you can follow me on Twitter at BioBush. Why do birds use echolocation? As far as I know, there's only one bird that does that, which is the oil bird. It lives in caves, but in general, birds do not use echolocation. The oil bird does, though. Why do birds have yellow eyes? It's because they have yellow pigments in their iris. If you had yellow pigments, your eyes would be yellow too. And with that, we'll conclude our Ask a Zookeeper autocomplete questions. If you have any questions that you would like addressed in a future episode, please leave them down in the comments below. As I was saying earlier, you can follow me on Twitter at BioBush if you'd like to talk to me there, or subscribe if you'd like to catch future videos on this channel. Thanks for stopping by to learn what makes life awesome.